Hey there guys, what's up? Today we're going to be checking out another foodie video, another delicious looking food video. So this video has been requested from one of my fabulous patrons, Frank. Thank you so much, my lovely. Now Frank says, I know you love cornbread, and I do. Oh my gosh. So this is an American staple that I have recently been introduced to. And to say that I love it is a little bit of an understatement. It is bloody lovely. It's delicious. It is so nice. I actually recently, because y'all have sent me so many little packets, like ready mix ones. I've not tried to make it from scratch, admittedly, but part of me feels a little bit like when you've got these delicious tasting ready packets, do you need to make it from scratch? Because they're lovely. Like, I haven't tried a single one yet, actually, when I think, oh, well, that's a bit junky, or no, I don't prefer that brand. They're all really tasty. And recently, the last time I made them, I put some corn kernels in them. Well, you're not the dried one, you know, the fresh one, like fresh corn. Oh, or a bit of cheese. Oh my gosh, jalapenos. Oh yes, they are fabulous. They are fantastic. So yes, Frank, I do love them. But you say, but Miss Camira has a hamburger steak dinner video with a cornbread incorporating sweet potato. That I think you would enjoy. Oh my good giddy aunt. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love sweet potato. Massive fan. So dare we combine the two, guys? Sweet potato and cornbread. Oh my gosh. Now, I have seen one of Camira's cooking videos before. I think it was the mac and cheese. Or did she do a collection of things on a plate there? And all I can say is it's probably a good thing that we don't know each other and we're not besties, because I'd be huge. I would let her fatten me up. She's obviously an excellent hearty cook. Oh my gosh. And the dishes that she makes just look fantastic. Proper food made properly, using proper ingredients. None of this caring about reduced calories. Just proper food. How it's meant to be made. That's the best way I can think to describe food. So yes, I'd be the size of a house. I would. I have no self-control when it comes to food. We're relying on metabolism for me to not be bigger, I think. But yes, I'm a self-confessed glutton. So let's check out this soul food dinner. Oh my gosh. I did see a picture of the thumbnail here. Oh, so we've got mac and cheese again here. Oh, it's so delicious. I think I saw another picture of the plate as a whole, and it's like the stuff dreams are made of. Yes, I said that. I dream about food. Like I say, self-confessed glutton. And guys, if you're enjoying these reactions, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you very much, my lovelies. If you're interested, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account, and that link is over here. And if you would like to help support this channel any further, I do have a Patreon account, and if you fancy checking that out at all, that is in the description below.
Hey y'all, today we are going to be making a complete soul food meal
That's
in an hour and 15 minutes.
That's the picture. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Okay, so we got rice. What is that? Delicious. That is the hamburger steak, isn't it? See, when I hear hamburger, I think of a burger. And if I hear steak, I think of a steak, you know? And then what else have we got here? We've got green beans. Oh, with some ham, I think, going on there. There's the cornbread. There's the cornbread.
I think that is great considering we're making hamburger steak, some smoked ham, and green beans, sweet potato cornbread, and a mac and cheese in that time. Y'all, I have some tips in order to help you do that. Don't forget to check out my ebook in the description box. And we're going to get started with the green beans first, because these can be simmering away while everything else is cooking. So I'm adding a tablespoon of unsalted butter, as well as half of a chopped onion. And I'm going to saute this in a pot for just about 2 minutes or so. Now, to make this quicker, I have some chopped up smoked ham. You could also use chopped up smoked turkey, but you want it to be small so that it will get a little more tender faster. I'm going to just saute this for about a minute to warm it up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Creole seasoning. Don't get too crazy with it. You know, the smoked meat has some salt. And I'm also going to be using about a teaspoon of low sodium chicken bouillon.
Now I have a fair few of these in the cupboard. Thank y'all for sending them to me. They are quite intense, aren't they, the flavour? You don't want to go too crazy, like she said over here, because it will kind of overpower that smokiness from that ham. But like a flavour explosion. It's brilliant.
Now, to really save time here, we're going to be using some pre-washed and snapped green beans. Now, of course, I am going to wash them again, and I'll give them a little look over to see if they have any ends on them. But y'all, you don't have to chop every leaf in order to be a good cook. Use the shortcuts that the store is giving you. That is going to save you time.
Absolutely.
While I am going to be prepping my green beans, I'm just going to add a little bit of water and about a teaspoon of bouillon paste. And I'm just going to go and rinse off my green beans and just check to see if there's any extra stems left on there. It didn't take me no time, okay? Once I came back, my broth was already boiling. I rinsed 1 pound of the green beans, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw them in there. I'm going to allow this to simmer covered just on a back eye for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, really however long you want until your greens get to your desired softness. I add just enough water to let the water level come up to the green beans. And if you need to adjust the taste later, just add a little bit more Creole seasoning.
The fine line between squeaky green beans, isn't it? I find at the minute, if they're undercooked, they're squeaky. If they're slightly overcooked, they're squeaky. There is that kind of, that nice little sweet spot when they're perfect, and it's hard to gauge, isn't it?
I am also going to have my mac and cheese going, so I'm going to boil some water, add in a bouillon cube with just a little bit of salt. And today I already had some penne noodles, and I wasn't gonna go out to the store and buy more noodles, okay? So I know these ain't the mac and cheese noodles, but you can use them bowls if you want to.
Disclaimer, so don't jump on her, guys. She knows they're not mac.
Okay, I'm just doing 8 ounces today, and I'm going to boil this according to the package instructions, and then I am going to drain. Now, if you have enjoyed this so far, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. It really helps my channel and my videos. And guys, I have a great tip for you on this mac and cheese. In order to save time, I'm going to go ahead and toss in my butter, and I'm going to use an Alfredo sauce as a base. Now, I don't do this all the time, but let me know in the comments if you have done this before. I mean, essentially, it's heavy cream cheese. This one is a little garlicky. It has a nice flavor. And I'm also going to be using this sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar.
That Alfredo sauce is going to add some creaminess, and we're not making a roux. Y'all, this is dump and go, baby. Okay, so I'm putting in this whole 24-ounce jar, and then I'm just going to add in some of the cheddar cheese. Now, of course, you could use grated cheddar cheese, but I didn't have that, and we're not going to waste no food, okay? Baby, we ain't wasting no food up in my house, okay?
Oh, preaching. I cannot stand food waste. I don't know whether it's a generational thing, like maybe that attitude is passed down through our families when we're brought up. But no. Food does not get wasted. It was not in my household growing up, and it certainly won't be in my household now. Yes, you run the risk of gaining an awful lot of weight that way, but it's almost a sin, isn't it, to waste food? When there's so many people in the world that go without, it almost feels like criminal, you know.
So I'm going to break up some of it, and then I'm going to mix it in. And then I already had some hoop cheese, so I'm going to end up adding that as well, and as well as adding a Sazon packet, because y'all know I do like to have that orangey color, a little bit of pepper.
What is this marvelous thing that she's adding here to the mac and cheese? Is it like a powdered cheese? We don't have this in supermarkets. This isn't a UK thing at all. I think it should be. It reminds me of the Cheetos mac and cheese that was sent to me, and it was delicious. Very, very cheesy. But yeah, I found myself thinking quite often actually in these packet mac and cheeses, if only you could have the flavouring, the little sachet of the cheese actually just sold as it is. You can get your hands on pasta easily enough, and the other ingredients. If you could just get this Really powerful, intense powdered cheese that you can just add to your mac and cheese. Ooh, it'd be lovely.
I'll add a little bit of vegeta. Of course, you could shred the cheese and grate the cheese, but I didn't want to do all that. All right. Now, if you don't want to bake it, you could actually just warm all of this up on the stovetop with about 2 tablespoons of sour cream.
Yes.
But to me, I have to bake mac and cheese. I just can't not do it. All right. But the benefit of doing it this way is that we're going to have the mac and cheese baking at the exact same time that the sweet potato cornbread is baking. So we are getting a 2-for-1. I like to just add in an egg, but that's optional. You don't need to do that. Okay.
Oh, that's going to make it like ever so slightly like more like a carbonara kind of consistency. I'm very open about this, but I might have to borrow that. I might have to copy it.
And then I'm going to add it to my loaf pan. Now, to me, one thing you can't skip on the mac and cheese is adding a nice little coating, a nice little topping, a little bit of paprika. So no matter how fast I'm doing this, I am always putting that paprika on there. Okay. Now let me know in the comments, what are some things that you do to save time in the kitchen? Even if you want to put together a big meal, like what are some tips that you can just give everyone on how to save them some good time when they want to make one of these big meals? Now, I am going to go ahead and start this sweet potato cornbread. Now, I roast sweet potatoes all the time, so I'm just using a leftover sweet potato, and I'm also using 2 cups of a yellow self-rising cornmeal mix. Okay. That's very important here. Okay, you don't want to get just cornmeal. You can use any brand. However, the one I'm using is not sweet at all. This is not like Jiffy. It has 0% sugar. So I'm going to add a half a cup of brown sugar, y'all know, okay? A little bit of cinnamon, maybe about a half a teaspoon. And
oh, hello. Cinnamon. There's a bit of cinnamon in cornbread. Now, admittedly, to that mac and cheese, I don't know whether this is maybe a British thing because we love egg custard tarts. I like to add nutmeg on the top of that mac and cheese, like lasagna. I think it pairs really, really well with like any kind of white bechamel-y kind of sauce. So yeah, I like adding a bit of nutmeg.
About 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I know you might be looking, I know some of y'all like, half a cup of brown sugar. What is she doing? Baby, look, I'm telling you, it's not going to be sweet. This is actually a really good cornbread for the fall to even eat with some chili. I know it looks like a lot, but there is like no sugar in this cornmeal at all. Oh. So I have 1 cup of roasted sweet potato, just from day-old sweet potato. You could also use some leftover candy yams. If you want, you could use the canned variety, but I don't tend to use canned yams. I'm also putting in half a stick of butter that is melted. That is salted butter. A half of a cup of sour cream, and 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. But regular milk is okay. I'm going to add in an egg, a little bit of vanilla extract. Baby, then we're just going to mix this all together. And when I tell you this batter is thicker than a Snicker, baby, this batter is thicker than a Snicker. Okay, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay, you going to have to put a little, you want to stroke this batter a little bit, okay? Because that sweet potato got it thick, okay? Thick with 2 C's. Okay, y'all hear me? All right, you see that? You see that? All right. Now, Sister Mabel, she been heating in the oven at 400 with a little vegetable oil. Okay. Now, don't heat up, your cast iron skillet with butter, because that butter is going to burn. You don't want that. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and slide, this thick batter up in here, and I'm going to spread it out. You hear that sizzle? Okay, that sizzle lets you know that your cast iron skillet is hot and you're going to get a good crust. I'm going to put this in the oven at 400. It's going to cook in total for about 25 minutes, just like the mac. Now here I have 1.25 pounds of ground beef. This is 85% 15 ground beef. I don't personally think lean beef tastes too great in this hamburger steak. But I am going to add a little Worcester sauce, as well as a little meat magic, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder. Now, I'm keeping it very simple because this is a quick meal. And I feel like when I do a lot of quick meals, I don't actually go overboard on the spices. I just do something very simple. Now, I put in my egg, and guys, guess what? Meal. I forgot my breadcrumbs. Baby, put them breadcrumbs in there, all right? In the description box, you are going to see the correct measurements for this hamburger steak. But you know what?
She's talking to herself and calling herself baby. I love this woman.
came out all right. You know what I'm saying? We ate it, okay, and we was happy. Now, once I mixed it up gently, I just adjusted the seasonings a little bit to my taste. Okay, you don't want to overwork it. Now, I am going to go in and I'm going to make 5 patties with the amount of mixture that I have.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to let them sit at room temperature for about 10 minutes. You don't want to put cold meat in a hot pan. All right, I'm going to put a little butter into my carbon steel skillet. And this is on medium heat. You don't want the heat to be too high because you don't want the fond that's going to develop at the bottom of that pan to burn, because we need that to make a gravy. So a medium, even a medium low if you have to. Don't let the temperature get out of control. All right. I'm going to let these just sit for about 3 minutes, and then they have a good color. So I went ahead and flipped them. They don't have to be cooked all the way at this point. Now, just to show y'all that I'm doing all this at one time, look, I got my steak going. I got my cornbread in the oven. I got my mac and cheese in the oven. Okay, they're cooking at the exact same temperature and time. And then, check it out. My green beans are still going at the side. At this point, I felt they were ready. So I just turned them off, and I'm just letting them just stay warm in my Dutch oven.
You know, I completely forgot there was green beans as well. Oh my gosh. Did she say 15 minutes at the beginning of this? Fair play.
All right, see, this is how you can do this. All right, you really can do this in an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, an hour and 15. Yes, okay.
Then I'm going to take out my steaks, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in the last 2, and I'm going to cook them just like the first. Again, control the heat because you don't want that fond to burn. Now, while my burgers are cooking, that is when I go ahead and chop half of an onion.
I've got a question, guys. Only because most of the time when I've seen Cowboy Kent Rollins, for example, cooking with ground beef, he favors very much a 20-80 mix, doesn't he there? And Kamira here has said it's 85-15 mix that she's using. Now, if the fat that's what you want coming out from the ground beef, because you're going to make it into a nice gravy, which is amazing, would it be better to use the 80-20? Would that give you like more fat here?
You don't have to have everything prepped at one time. You can do it in stages while you're cooking. I'm gonna add some extra butter. Now look, y'all know these old school recipes. Okay, don't be telling me about is it healthy, is it calorie conscious in the comments. I don't want to hear that. You know what you signed up for when you click on these old school recipes. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of the meat magic, and then I'm gonna go in with about 1.5 tablespoons of flour. I'm gonna let this toast in the oil and all the seasonings for just about a minute or 2. I'm going to stir it constantly, and then I'm going to start adding some water. I'm going to be honest with you, baby, I didn't measure the water, okay? You need to add enough water to get the amount of gravy that you and your family want, all right? And when you put in the onions, you could also toss in some sliced mushrooms if you want, but I didn't have that, so I didn't do it. Now, to make an easy gravy, I'm going to put in a packet of beefy onion soup mix. All right. You're going to instantly see the gravy is going to get dark. I also added in just a little bit of garlic powder and a pinch of sugar. Not typical, but I just felt like there was like this very slight bitterness in my gravy. So I ended up putting in like 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. And later, I added in just a little bit of thyme. I felt that herbal note just made it taste really homemade. Y'all, I know how to make brown gravy from the scratch, but this is just a really quick one. And so I hope you guys can appreciate this quick gravy. I let this simmer just for about 10 minutes to let all the flavors come together. And by that time, my cornbread was ready for it, baby. Baby, when I tell you this looked good, I spread on some butter that had a little bit of maple syrup in it, that real maple syrup, okay, to give it that good, fall flavor. And then I cut me a piece, y'all. This was moist and delicious. And don't even get me started on this mac and cheese. Now, this was a quick mac. You saw me throw it together with the Alfredo sauce. But to me, this is a very tasty quick mac. It's still cheesy, and nice and easy. Look at me rhyming. Okay, I could be Dr. Seuss. Now, guys, let me know if you're going to make this quick and easy meal, and if you enjoyed this. I love you. Jesus loves you. God bless you all. I appreciate you so much for watching my channel, and I love you so much, and I know I'm going to see you next time. Goodbye.
You're absolutely going to see me time and time again, Camira. Oh my gosh, it looks so tasty. Do you know, I could take or leave the rice. I would just happily demolish that entire plate just as it is. But I suppose having something to soak up all of that sauce there, that gravy. Oh my gosh! Initially, when I saw the that image there, I thought it was like a pressure cooked beef. Do you know what I mean? Like shredded strands. It's not. That is the hamburger, which makes sense because it actually says hamburger. Oh my gosh, it looks so tasty. So you can do that. You can just whop in a load of mashed sweet potato to your cornbread. It's a bit cheeky. I might have to give that a go. Oh my gosh, I think I've got 1 or 2 packets still left. Yes, we have literally gone through that much cornbread. Try and remember how much we had before Christmas. It was quite a few packets, and I think there might be 2 packets left. Delicious, huge fans of it in this house. Yummy, yum. I even made our Christmas stuffing with it. It was so yummy. I am a massive fan of cornbread. But yes, there's more you can do with cornbread. Put a bit of maple syrup in it. Oh, yes. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to have to recreate that. I love, normally green beans are a vegetable over here that not many people like, but you'll eat it for the sake of being healthy. Do you know, if it's on your Sunday roast, you're like, okay, well, I should be a grown up about it, and you eat it. But this makes them actually, I imagine, like, it just makes them tasty. Like the collard greens that I tried to make for Thanksgiving. I don't think I couldn't get hold of the right leafy leaves. The only thing I could get hold of here in our supermarkets were spring greens. I know they're not the same. Or if you know if there's anything more similar, let me know in the comments, please, guys. We don't have collard greens, so I tried to make it using those. Just the addition of ham hock into anything is going to be fabulous. But it actually made people want to eat cabbage or the greens. It actually made people want to eat them. So I can imagine the same thing goes to the green beans here. Yummy. Yum, 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 yum. And what's not to love about mac and cheese? And if you can make it that little bit easier, faster to put together, why not? We call these midweek meals. I mean, I'd demolish this any day of the week. But when we say meals that require a little bit less effort and you can, get them together quite quickly, they're midweek meals. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I am very hungry now. That's actually making me salivate. Fantasizing about food. I know. Glutton. But yes, thank you so much for requesting that, Frank. I do love Camira's videos. What a cook. So I'm gonna have to get hold of her ebook, I think. It'd be a bit dangerous. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching along with me. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.